Vince Dunn scored his first NHL goal with 69 seconds left in a game the Blues already lost. Careers don't always wait for the right ending. This is Blue 18, the Vince Dunn episode. And we're going to Sunrise, Florida, October 12th, 2017. For the night, Dunn put his first NHL puck behind one of the greatest goalies who ever lived. The Blues walk into BB&T Center at 4-0-0. They've already won 3 times on the road, including a 5-4 overtime win over the defending champion Pittsburgh Penguins opening night. The only other 4-0 start in franchise history came in 2013. No Blues team had ever started 5-0. And they're doing this while held together with duct tape. Alexander Steen, Jay Bomeister, they're out. Robbie Fabry's season's already over, and 2 more regulars are missing. Jaden Schwartz has 7 points in 4 games. Alex Pietrangelo and Paul Stastny are also rolling. Florida's 1-1 under new coach Bob Bodner. The Panthers have played only Tampa Bay twice. They scored 8 goals by 8 different players. They've also had 5 days to study St. Louis. Roberto Luongo enters 1 win shy of Curtis Joseph's 454. At that point, it was the 4th most in NHL history. So St. Louis is chasing a franchise first. Luongo is chasing Cujo. And Vince Dunn is a 20-year-old third-pair defenseman playing in just his 5th NHL game. Looking back, what were these Blues? Were they an actual contender already surviving with too many injuries? Or were they a hot team having a good first week? Dunn was born October 29th, 1996 in Mississauga, Ontario, and he grew up in Lindsay. He was never built like some giant stay-at-home defenseman. At 6 feet even, his game came from his feet, his first pass, and his willingness to attack. Niagara took him 109th in the 2012 OHL draft, but Dunn didn't jump straight to the Ice Dogs. He spent a year in Junior B with Thorold and put up 28 points in 48 games. Once he reached Niagara, the offense showed up too. 33 points as a rookie, then 18 goals and 56 points in year number 2. The Blues chose him 56th overall in 2015. Dunn went back for 1 more OHL season. He helped Niagara reach the league final and won the club's top defenseman award for the 2nd consecutive year. Then came Chicago. As a 20-year-old rookie in the AHL, Dunn had 13 goals and 45 points in 72 games. He tied for the AHL's lead in scoring amongst rookie defensemen. He didn't tap on the NHL door. He just leaned on it till it opened. Dunn's parents split when he was 3. His mother, Tracy, later married John Dunn, who adopted him. Both sides of the family had Italian roots, and food became one of the ways everybody stayed connected. His grandmother, Judy, had him stirring ingredients in pots when he was just a toddler. His grandfather, Chris, grew vegetables. So Dunn ate tomatoes and peppers straight from the garden. When he moved away at 15, his first billet family folded him into its own Italian dinner table. Rocky Vendetti, the family's father, even banned Dunn from using sharp knives because he didn't want the kid damaging his hockey hands, jazz hands. His daughters had to cut things for him. That's terrific prospect management. Feed the defenseman everything he wants, but keep him away from the chef's knife. By fall 2017, Dunn's puck movement had won him an opening night roster spot. He debuted in Pittsburgh, survived 4 wins, and arrived in Florida, still looking for his first NHL point. The first period is scoreless, although Dunn does get his name onto the sheet with a holding minor at 3:18. Jake Allen and Luongo handle everything else. St. Louis finally breaks through 1:14 into the second. Vladimir Tarasenko feeds Stastny beside the net. Stastny slides home a power play goal. And the lead lasts for 12 seconds. Rookie Ian McCoshen answers with his own first goal. beating Allen from the left circle. In a 2:45, a neutral zone turnover sends Vincent Trocheck away shorthanded. He snaps it past Allen, and Florida, they turned a one-goal deficit into a one-goal lead in just 91 seconds. Jared McCann's power play goal at 7:42 makes it 3-1 and ends a run of 27 straight kills by the Blues. Luongo denies Shorts on a clean look. Then St. Louis wastes 103 of 5-on-3 time late in the period. And that's the game right there, really. St. Louis gets the special teams opportunities, and Florida gets the special teams goals. Aaron Ekblad finishes a cross-ice pass at 3:16 of the third, and Nick Bjugstad makes it 5-1 with 5:58 left. And at that point, we could let the night drift quietly into the loss column. There's no comeback hiding here. Nobody in the building thinks there might be, but the competitive game ending doesn't mean Dunn's night has to end with it. With 1:09 left, Scotty Upshall, former Panther, helps get the puck to Dunn. Petrangelo picks up the other assist. Dunn beats Luongo, and the kid has his first NHL goal. Doesn't change the winner. It changes the puck Dunn gets to keep for the rest of his life. Florida wins 5-2. The Blues actually lead 39-38 in shots, but Luongo stops 37, while Allen stops 33. Rightfully, the headlines belong to Luongo and Makoshin. Luongo's 454th win ties Joseph, and Makoshin is named the game's #1 star. Dunn's milestone is tucked down near the bottom because that's what first goals look like when they arrive in a 3-goal loss. Mike Yeo said the Blues did a nice job of beating themselves. Joel Edmondson is even cleaner. They kept pushing, he said, and we had no response. Luongo brushes past the personal record and talks about getting Florida back to the playoffs. And that matters because the Panthers missed the previous spring, and he knows that goalie history won't make April hockey appear. So does the setting change how you remember the first goal? Is it diminished at all by a bad loss? Or does the team result stop mattering the instant that puck goes in? And the Blues keep flying for a while. They're 21-8-2 on December 10th. But Schwartz hurts his ankle and misses 20 games. The injuries keep stacking up, and the power play finishes 30th. 7-game skid in February knocks St. Louis out of position. But they still reach game 82 with control of their own fate. 1 point in Colorado gets them into the postseason. Instead, they lose 5-2 and finish at 44-32-6, just 1 point behind the Avalanche. St. Louis's first playoff miss since 2011. Dunn plays 75 games, scores 5 goals, and finishes with 24 points. In March, he hangs 4 points on Chicago. That's the first 4-point game by a Blues rookie defenseman since 1982. Florida takes the opposite road. The Panthers are 19-22-6 at the All-Star break. Then they rip off a 24-8-2 run. They finish 44-30-8, 96 points. And they miss by 1. So 2 good teams, 2 1-point misses. October gave them 80 more games to decide everything. Somehow they still ran out of room. A year later, Dunn scores 12 goals and posts 35 points for the Blues, 2018-19. He adds 8 more points in the playoffs, but a Brendan Dillon shot breaks his upper jaw in Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. Dunn misses 6 games, returns for Game 4 of the Cup Final with his mouth wired shut, and assists on Ryan O'Reilly's goal 43 seconds in. St. Louis wins that night, and Dunn becomes a Stanley Cup champion just 9 days later. He stays through 2020-21 before Seattle selects him in the expansion draft. In the Kraken's first home game, Dunn scores the first goal in Climate Pledge Arena history. Naturally, Seattle loses that game too. Dunn seems doomed to attach personal milestones to lousy team results. Dunn's game grows up in Seattle. In 22-23, he set career highs with 14 goals, 50 assists, and 64 points. He's named the team's MVP, helps the Kraken upset the defending champion, Avalanche, and reaches the second round. That earns him a 4-year, $29.4 million deal. And injuries limit him over the next 2 seasons, but his production stays strong. 25-26, Dunn plays 81 games and records 44 points. So through 9 NHL seasons, he has 86 goals, 330 points, in 623 games. He's still just 29, still in Seattle, and he's under contract through 2026-27. So when you picture Vince Dunn now, what sweater is he wearing? Is he permanently as blue because of the cup, or has Seattle claimed the larger part of his identity? Next up is Warrior 43, Corey Maggette. Yeah. Warrior 43's Corey Maggette. February 17th, 2010. This one's weird. Maggette starts, scores 5 points, and lasts 11:52 before a stiff left hamstring ends his night. Golden State then goes on to destroy Sacramento 130-98. CJ Watson scored 40. Rookie Steph Curry put up 24 with 15 dimes. So the question, how do you build a Corey Maggette story out of a game that barely lets Corey Maggette participate? Huh? We're going to find out. But that was Blue 18, Vince Dunn. Florida got the win. Luongo got the history. Dunn got 1 puck and the beginning of everything that came after. If you got a favorite Dunn moment, put it in the chat. I'll see you next time for Warrior 43. And if you're still here, thanks for watching. And maybe I'll see you. Well, you'll see me next time.